So good afternoon, and thank you to everyone joining us this afternoon as we talk to head coach Ross Embleton ahead of the visit of Bolton Wanderers on Saturday. Boss, obviously Tuesday night, I think there's a mixture of a bit of frustration and obviously some positives from what we did do well.
Yeah, and I think we've got to take those frustrations as a positive, I suppose. In a short space of time, I feel our performances have improved. Obviously, we picked up some points in comparison to dropping the ones that we had done. So I think the fact that we are frustrated and disappointed at not getting 3 points against Exeter is we have to take that as a positive, as long as we we learn and we develop and we progress from where we feel we fell short in terms of getting all three.
Talk of positives, I think one positive at the moment is performances of Connor Wilkinson. Tuesday night saw him pass his goal tally for all of last season. Does it feel like he's come back as a different, maybe slightly more clinical player?
Yes, first of all, I think tough last year. Tough. We all know how tough and why. But I think for Connor Wilkinson, as well as one or two other players, coming into our environment last year would have been extremely difficult. Circumstances changed so much after it as well. So, Con's position, etc., were changed throughout the season. And like I say, the circumstances were tough for him to come in and settle into a new club anyway. But to have that on top of trying to perform every week must have been difficult. That's not making excuses for him. We had a really good meeting in the summer, and I said that I think there's more to come from him. I think he can be one of the best strikers at this level, and the one up if he really pushes himself to do so. And Connor agreed, and I think we've seen a different approach from Con day to day. Now the important thing for him is again another conversation that he and I have had is to push on further. So fantastic, delighted with the way that he's performing and the goals that he's getting at the moment. But as a group, we need to push for more, and we need to make sure that the individuals within that group keep striving for bigger goals across the season, both, like I say, as a collective, but for individuals to score more and more and more. We need to continue to have that drive and make people hungry to achieve more.
Yeah, obviously Saturday will be the 10-game mark in terms of the league campaign. I'll put you on the spot a bit here, but what's your assessment on everything so far and where the Orient are at?
Well, I suppose disappointed in terms of the position that we find ourselves in, but at the same time we have to be realistic to look at the reasons why we might be in those positions. And like I said earlier, as long as we understand what they are, why they are, and we respond appropriately to putting them right, then I think we'll be on the right track. Boys feeling in good spirits at the moment. Coming out of the game on Tuesday night, I think a number of the staff, and certainly Joe, who's head of our analysis, voiced his opinions to me to say that we've only lost 3 games this season. So we have to look upon that as realistic, and one or two of those games, why we lost them in terms of our performances, but at the same time you have to take the circumstances into account as well. So I feel there's a lot more to come. I feel we need to keep pushing ourselves for more. So I think we can certainly be excited about what the rest of the season's going to look like, although the beginning to it has been an indifferent one.
Bolton Wanderers Saturday, obviously a team in transition in the sense of a new manager and plenty of new players on the back of successive relegations. All that aside, what can we expect from a footballing point of view from them? Well,
it's a huge club. Yes, it's suffered, really suffered. We've been watching them this week, and every time you look at the video footage or you're watching their games back, you expect to see JJ Okocha or Nolan, or people that have had top careers, top players in the world that have played at that club in not so distant times that we all remember. So it's very important to remember what a massive club it is, despite the fact that it's gone through incredible setbacks. They've signed some really good players for our level this year. Probably not got off to the start that they would have wanted, but I think they're starting to starting to find themselves a little bit now. So we know it's going to be a tough game, but I think that we've shown this season already that we will go toe-to-toe with anyone in the league. I think we've shown in terms of our games against Plymouth that we're ready to go and have a right good go at clubs, in the league above us, as we did against AFC Wimbledon as well. So we don't fear anyone. We respect the top teams in the league. We respect the teams that I'm sure have got aspirations of getting out of this division this year, but we'll be going hell for leather to make sure that we go and set our own tone to the game and go and take points off of the big teams in the league.
Be a good opportunity as well to get that kind of first home league win. Obviously, with 3 of them coming away from home this season, I guess it's already a bit different when it's behind closed doors, but it'd be a nice one to tick off.
Yeah, because I thought our home form certainly improved before lockdown. We felt that we were in a good place at home, and I think circumstances are different now. Going away from home is not intimidating. The home crowd don't swing decisions or moments in your favour because no one's out. So I think results will continue to look different from this season. But at the same time, it's a message that we've talked about, that we've carried through, is that we go away from home and we pick up points, and it feels fantastic to get back on the coach after a long old trip, as you well know, back from Tranmere, knowing that you've won a game of football is fantastic. But we want to be winning at home. We want it to be a place that, whether there's people there or not, that people find it tough to come and play against a Leyton Orient team at our stadium. So yeah, we're conscious of it, and we need to make sure that we pick up on it. As my house phone starts ringing, that never ever rings ever at any time.
We'll let you off. Lee Angol, we've spoken about here and there since his injury layoff. Is Saturday a bit too soon for him, or could we see him in contention?
No, if it's important to be honest, I think people will well know that. Let me just kick that phone off the hook. I know this isn't professional, but there we go. Gone. I do apologise. I think the important thing is there's times when people are going to listen to my interviews and other managers' interviews and see people be cagey about injury reports, etc. But Saturday's far too soon for Lee. He's improving. He's done a lot more work this week, and then off of the, I suppose, the step up in work that you put through players in Lee's position at the moment. It's then about how they respond as to whether or not you can kick them on, or whether you can whether you have to be a little bit more reserved and patient with them. So yeah, don't expect to see Lee ready for the weekend, but hopefully it won't be too far away.
Straight after Bolton, we'll make the trip on Tuesday to Forest Green Rovers. Obviously, it's a team that we played early on in the season. Expecting it to be a tough game, especially with the start they've had, but no doubt the lads will be confident having already won there this season.
Oh, without doubt. Yeah, and like I say, I think we should feel confident anyway at the moment in terms of the way that we're approaching games and the way that we're starting to play. So I think, yeah, we'll be going there full of confidence, knowing that it's a team that we can get a result against. I think what's very easy to forget is that we got beat at home by Forest Green last season, but the game could have quite easily been very, very different had we taken our chance right at the death before they got their one to make it look a little bit more comfortable. So we're more than confident of going up against Forest Green. Forest Green have had a very good start to the season. They're a team that, for me, with a budget, with the players that they've got within their ranks, that should be aspiring to get out of this league this year. But another one, as I say, we'll be pushing ourselves towards and going there confident and ready to go and take points off of them this time rather than knocking them out of the cup.
One moment we probably haven't spoken about so far was the FA Cup draw. Newport at home on a Saturday afternoon. It's not the most kind of eye-catching of draws, but what was your assessment on it?
They're funny draws, aren't they? I mean, what do you? I suppose what we'll ask ourselves is, what did we expect in terms of an exciting draw, or what we were looking for to come out of the first round draw? You're not going to get any of the big guns. Fans are not able to travel to Sunderland away, were we to draw those. We all know what happened against Malden and Tiptree last year, so you want to avoid games like that. So there's not really much else that comes out of it. I suppose, do you want the team that's got off to a fantastic start in your league to be the ones you come up against? Probably not. But at the same time, whatever gets thrown at us, we'll be ready and willing to embrace it and go out and try and win the game. It's going to be a confident, a good Newport team that come to us, but I suppose if there's any positives that come out of any draw or cup draw, it's about wanting to be at home, not having any additional travel expense, complications in terms of having to go away from home and putting that more into the players' legs. So the biggest positive is the fact that it's the home one more than anything else.
Yeah. Just finally then, obviously with the game coming up on Saturday, what can we expect in terms of team news? Is there anyone that's come through on Tuesday night of any injuries, or is everyone still fighting fit?
No further setbacks off the back of Tuesday night. So really pleased on that front. I think, we want to make sure we keep the squad as fit as we can for as long as we can. So delighted that no one's really come out of that. Obviously, the major concern is Ruel. And every day he's striving to come through the head injury process, if you like, that we feel that he suffered, although as it was as uncertain as it was, I suppose. So still got a couple of days to assess that one and look into that further. I suppose we cross our fingers, hoping that he might be ready for the weekend. But like I say, we'll see how that one pans out. Obviously, off the back of what he's done today, what he'll do tomorrow, and whether he's ready for the weekend. So, on the whole, everyone has come through the week unscathed, and we're looking forward to going up against Bolton on Saturday.
Great to hear. Well, Ross Embleton, head coach Leyton Orient, well, thank you for joining this afternoon, and we'll thank everyone who's joined us on YouTube. Just a reminder that Saturday's game against Bolton Wanderers is at 3 p.m. kickoff, and streaming passes available now via the Leyton Orient website. Thank you very much.